We're happy you joined us today on The Final Takeaway. We hope you had a great weekend. Here on this channel, we dive deep into current events on social, cultural, political, economic, and legal issues affecting the people. Our content seeks to encourage critical thinking and informed discussions on topics important to the public. Subscribe to stay connected. Thank you for your support. Oil explorers and producers in Guyana will be held liable for damages caused by oil spills, including those from vessels. This future liability falls under a major environmental bill passed on Friday, May 17, 2025, by the Guyana National Assembly to hold companies and offshore operators accountable. Oil exploration and production in Guyana is led by an ExxonMobil consortium. The new legislation is reportedly triggered by a lower court ruling. The court found ExxonMobil and the Guyana Environmental Protection Agency, the EPA, in breach of permit provisions related to oil spill liability. This legislation is timely as Guyana seeks to establish environmental safeguards to deal with potential oil spills in the height of its fast-growing offshore oil production industry. Under the new law, the responsible oil producers and explorers must provide financial assurance to cover spills, conduct regular inspections and audits, and address any issues found. Failing to comply with the regulations and requirements of providing the necessary financial assurance will lead to penalties for the responsible party. Penalties will include suspension of licenses to explore and produce oil. Guyana's President Irfan Ali is expected to sign the bill into law soon. Guyana's Prime Minister Mark Phillips says, quote, "Guyana, as a major oil-producing nation, must establish a clear authority for oversight, aligning the best practices, and ensuring all operators bear full responsibility for environmental protection." The mandatory financial guarantee to cover potential oil spills by the offshore companies ensures the prompt availability of funds for cleanup efforts. An oil spill in Guyana could have disastrous environmental, economic, social, and health impacts. That's something we want to explore in another video. The Civil Defense Commission, the CDC, will have the authority to oversee routine inspections and audits, identify potential risks that need to be rectified, and coordinate overall response efforts and mitigate spill impacts. A 2024 report placed Guyana as Latin America's fifth largest oil exporter. Brazil, Venezuela, Mexico, and Colombia dominated the top four spots. According to Reuters, the country, quote, reported a 3% increase in oil production in March, reaching an average of 631,000 barrels of oil per day, compared with the same period last year. Once the Yellowtail project begins operation, oil production is expected to surge. The deployment of the new One Guyana floating production, storage, and offloading vessel in the Yellowtail development offshore Guyana is expected to push oil production to around 900,000 barrels per day. The One Guyana oil vessel has a capacity of producing 250,000 barrels of oil per day. Yellowtail is Exxon's fourth venture in the country. Operations is slated to start later this year. Oil production officially began in Guyana in 2019 with the first oil pull. Thanks for joining us. See you in the next video. Stay safe.